I think one other thing when it comes to comparing these two teams, I think is going to be their overall style of play. And I keep going back to the Grizzlies and Warriors because I feel like that was a series that the Grizzlies weren't mature enough to close it out, but they had so many times where they were right there. And both those teams really live in chaos. I mentioned before, they live in chaos and they know how to do that. And the Warriors live with their turnovers because they're creating so much offense anyway. They're creating so many opportunities anyway that they just live with that. But it forces other teams to kind of match their pace. And one thing is, like you mentioned, Kyle, the turnovers. Can the Celtics survive that? Can they match that style of play, or can they find a way to slow it down? Because I don't think that if they start matching that style of play by the Warriors, if they start trying to get into that chaos, that they're going to be able to weather that storm and not cough off the ball a lot. Look at the third quarters that they've had against the Heat, where they just start getting turnover heavy and things really turn awry. But that is definitely one thing that I'd be worried about for the Celtics in this series in particular.
I think with just both these teams, though, we've seen both these teams get blown out in the playoffs, and I think that coming down to it, obviously it's the NBA Finals, but anything can happen. I look back at 2008 when the Celtics played the Lakers in the finals, and they were down by like 20 something, and they came back. And I don't doubt either of these teams could do something like that because honestly they could. They got the players to do it. I just think this series is honestly just it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be Tyson versus Holyfield. It's going to be back and forth the whole time. Whether it's we take one in goal in San Fran and they take one in Boston, and then we go back and forth. I don't know how it's going to be. My prediction is Celtics in 7. So I don't know if you guys are drinking again and what you guys are doing and predicting and playing your little games.
You've not done that yet. That
That's
only ends badly for me.
Kyle's prediction. So Celtics in 7, but I honestly think this is gonna go 7. People keep telling me Golden State in 4. I'm like,
What?
you don't watch it. You don't watch enough basketball to be saying Golden State. You just bring up the Steph Curry argument. Listen, man, Curry can have an off night. We've seen it. Does it happen a lot? No, but we've seen it. And with the right defense, which Boston Defensive Player of the Year and should be Coach of the Year, but whatever, have one of the best defenses in the NBA. And you don't think they can at least stop Curry for a little bit? Like, you're out of your mind. And I tell people that keep texting me that. They're like, oh, Dubs in 4. I'm like, there's no physical way. And if it happens, then I won't watch another NBA game next year. But I doubt that. It's not gonna happen. So that's why I think it's either gonna go 6 or 7. But that's my prediction is Celtics in 7. But this is definitely gonna be a bigger series than we think it is. And obviously I hope I'm right, but if the cards play correctly for the Celtics, then congrats to Udoka and for champs. But do I see Golden State maybe doing this in 5? Yeah, sure. But we'll find out tomorrow night how it goes, and we'll go from there.
Thanks for watching Coast to Coast on YouTube. For full episodes, check out the show wherever you get your podcasts. And for all the best hot takes, subscribe to the Coast to Coast YouTube channel below.